Hello, happy crocheters. This is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make the side-by-side rib pumpkin. So this is the pumpkin that we're making. I really love the horizontal rib in this pumpkin. I think it makes it really unique. For this pattern, we're just going to need some medium weight or number 4 weight yarn. We're going to need approximately 52 to 156 yards of orange and 14 yards of brown, depending on the size of pumpkin you're making, because there is 3 sizes, and I will list those sizes in the description box. We're also going to need a size H 5mm crochet hook, some yarn needles, scissors, and some stuffing of some sort. We are going to start by leaving ourselves a nice 10-inch yarn in at the beginning of our project. We'll use this to gather up the pumpkin later. We are going to make a slip knot, and then depending on the size of pumpkin you're making, you're either going to chain 33, 49, or 65. I personally like the medium size best, so I'm going to chain 49. Once we've chained 49, or however many you need for your pumpkin, we are going to work a half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. You can work into the chain any way you want. I like to work into the back bumps, but that is completely optional. This section is going to be gathered up, so it doesn't need to be a clean edge. Now we're just going to work 1 half double crochet into every chain across. When you reach the end of the row, we are just going to chain 1 and turn our work. For the next row, we are going to work single crochet, and we are going to work in the back loop only. To do this, you're going to take your hook. We would normally insert it here under 2 loops, but in this case, we're going to go down the center of the stitch and out the back so that only 1 piece of yarn is over our hook. Yarn over and pull up and complete your single crochet. We're going to work 1 single crochet in the back loop only of each stitch across. When we reach the end of the row, you'll see that we're creating a rib from working in the back loop only. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then we are going to half double crochet in the back loop only in each stitch across. So working in the back loop the same as we did in the last row, but this time we're going to work half double crochet. And for this project, we're simply going to alternate working row 2 with single crochets in the back loop only, and working row 3 working half double crochets in the back loop only. This will give us a unique looking ribbing by having the rows differ in size. So just complete row 3 and then repeat rows 2 and 3 until you have the rows count that you need for your size pumpkin. So here I am at the end of row 3, working my last half double crochet. And as I discussed, now we're going to repeat row 2 and then row 3 until you have the number of rows you need for your pumpkin. If you're making that small pumpkin like the yellow pumpkin at the beginning of the video, you only need to work 12 rows total. If you're working a medium pumpkin like this orange pumpkin, you need to work 19 rows. If you're working a large pumpkin like the green pumpkin at the beginning of the video, you're going to work a total of 24 rows. Of course, if you want to make the rows or the pumpkin taller, you can simply work more rows. It's completely up to you. This is a very easy pattern to adjust. But just continue repeating rows 2 single crochets in the back loop only with row 3, which is half double crochets in the back loop only, until you reach that number of rows. So here you can see that I have completed 19 rows, and my project is slightly slanted, like it's worked on a bias. That is totally fine. Don't worry about that. Now what we're going to do is take this rectangle and turn it into a pumpkin. But first, we need to make our stem. So when you go to fasten off, make sure to leave yourself a good 10 to 20 inches depending on the size of your pumpkin. We will use that yarn end to gather up and sew up our pumpkin. Before we gather up our pumpkin, we want to make our pumpkin stem. And to do this, I am going to use some yarn to make a braid. The way I like to do this is to take the yarn and wrap it around my hand anywhere between 14 to 26 times. Once I have it wrapped around, I am going to very, very, very carefully cut one end of the yarn to give myself 26 strands of yarn. We're going to use 24 of them for our braid, and then I'm cutting 2 more to make 26, and these are going to be used to tie the top and the bottom of our braid. So now with all your 24 strands lined up, I'm going to use a leftover strand here, and I'm going to tie the top of our pieces together, leaving about an inch at the top. We can trim that later. Now I'm going to take the strands and I'm going to divide them into 3 sections, approximately 6 strands each if you have 24 strands. I lied, it's going to be 8 strands each. And then I'm going to braid these strands together. And if you don't know how to braid, you're welcome to find a video on YouTube on how to do it. But basically you're just alternating the middle piece with one of the side pieces. This wasn't designed to teach you to braid, so if you want to look up a video on it, if you know how to braid, you're just going to braid these pieces together. It is useful to get like a clipboard or something to hold one side down, but I am just doing it freehand on video. Once you get it about 2 to 3 inches long, you don't have to braid all the way to the bottom. It's just about 2 to 3 inches of braid, and then we can stop and use our other yarn end that we have to the side and tie off the bottom section. About half of this stem is going to be stuffed into the pumpkin, so it's not really important if you have like one side that looks bad and one side that looks good. And there we have our little stem. All I'm going to do is kind of curve it to the side because I like how that looks. And then I'm going to trim both ends, and we can go back and start gathering up our pumpkin now that we have a pumpkin stem to add to it while we're gathering. You can definitely use a different pumpkin stem, something like cinnamon sticks are really nice in these pumpkins, but I just wanted to try something different this time. So I am bringing back my rectangle, and a few things I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to take my piece, take the top of the rows, and turn them upside down. I like this pumpkin to have this single crochet rows protruding out to the outside of the pumpkin, and the tops of the stitches to be pointing towards the bottom of the pumpkin. I really think that's what looks prettiest, but you can do it whatever way you like. So you're just going to see me take that final yarn end, and I am going to run a gathering stitch along the last row that we created so that we can gather the bottom of the pumpkin together. And you might see that I am not picking up every stitch here. I'm just grabbing every second or third stitch when I create this gather. All right, and then we're just going to pull everything tight. Again, I'm going to twist this around so that the single crochet rows are on the outside, and then they will be pointing, the tops of the rows will be upside down, so they'll be pointing down. I like that look. If you like something different, you do you. So once this is all gathered up, I'm going to use my yarn end and just sew a few stitches to get rid of the hole at the very bottom of the pumpkin. Then we are going to use the same yarn end to sew the seam on the side of our pumpkin. You just want to be careful as you're sewing because we do want to line up that ribbing. But I'm using a simple whip stitch just to sew up the side of the pumpkin. When you reach the top, you will notice you have another yarn end. I like to knot those two yarn ends together so that we don't pull on that whip stitch when we gather the top of the pumpkin. At this point, you can take the needle off of the first yarn end and put it on the second yarn end because it's longer and going to give us more room to work. And we are going to gather up the top of the pumpkin. Once that gather stitch is in place, we're going to take this time to stuff this pumpkin with any stuffing that you have. I have heard of people using yarn ends and scrap yarn to stuff these pumpkins. I'm just going to use a little bit of polyfill. When you have it full, I'm just going to start pulling on that gather stitch. Don't pull it all the way shut. We're going to take our little stem and go ahead and stuff this into our pumpkin. Then you can pull the gather stitch completely shut. And if you still have that other yarn in out, you can knot it again in order to secure that gather. But we can also just use our yarn needle to make a few stitches to secure it as well. And then you can also use that yarn needle in order to make a few stitches to secure your pumpkin stem in place. I just like to use a few stitches just to secure that pumpkin and make sure that stem doesn't pop out. So the last thing we need to do is segment our pumpkin into 6 sections just to give them that beautiful pumpkin shape. I'm going to do that starting with the yarn end that I have. I'm just going to bring it down to the bottom of our pumpkin, shove my needle all the way up till it comes out of the top. So I'm just going to pull that out from the top, and then I am going to pull it up really tight to create a segmented piece there. Just kind of pull it in, giving it the pumpkin shape. And then I'm going to take this yarn in and going directly on the other side, I'm going to bring it to the bottom again. I'm going to pull it tight and then make a few stitches to secure my yarn end. And I'm clearly going to run out of yarn, so for the other 2 repeats of this, I'm going to need some new yarn, so I will show you how to do that. I'm just making a stitch, making sure that I pull everything tight, and then I'm going to tie it off. Now from here, I'm going to take another really long piece of yarn, probably say about 20 inches or so. I'm going to start from the bottom, push it all the way up to the top. Be careful not to pull the yarn all the way through. We're going to use that yarn in at the bottom. We're going to look into cutting this into 6 pieces. So here's my 2 half. I'm going to cut this side into 3, so kind of come over a third. I'm going to go back down the bottom, up to the top, and then go exactly across to the other side. Just want to make sure it's straight across. And then what we're going to do is pull both yarn ends tight to create 2 segmented sections. And then I'm going to knot the yarn ends together to secure them. And then I'm going to repeat this process one more time. Kind of did that off camera, just repeated it. And then now I'm going to tie my 2 yarn ends again. And here we have our completed pumpkin with that horizontal ribbing. If you want to add a cute little leaf to this pumpkin, I have a video tutorial for little leaves, and I will put that up in the corner of the screen if you're here on YouTube. And this is what the medium-sized pumpkin looks like, and this is the small pumpkin. And I just love making these pumpkins to put on my picture shelves to give the house a nice, fun fall feel. So I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. If you like my tutorials, feel free to check out my other videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching.